evening, everybody, and welcome to A Midsummer Night's Dream. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Reid Edelman, and I'm the director of the theater program and of this production here at Mendocino College. And it is a real delight to welcome you all back to our theater. Many of you probably know that this production of Midsummer Night's Dream was originally scheduled to open in March of 2020, and we were shut down 4 days before our opening night because of COVID-19. So it's been a long wait to be back here with you. What else did I want to tell you? I wanted to say that inside your program, you've got the original program from 2020, and some of the cast has changed. Some of the original cast is in the audience tonight. I saw Charles over there somewhere. We had to replace some of the actors when we recast the show, but most of the cast is still with us. And really the people who were part of the original show who are not with us are still very much a part of the spirit of the production. So I wanted to honor them by having that original program. It's kind of a time capsule to see what was going on at the time. One really important person I wanted to honor tonight is Jim Dowsett, who sadly passed away about a year ago, not due to COVID, but he was the original music director, and he worked with the students to create the music that you're going to hear in the production tonight. And our faculty members, Philip Lenberg and Charlie Seltzer, stepped in and took over for him. But we really miss Jim Dowsett, and again, just like everybody else who was a part of that original production, but his spirit is so much in this show. So I wanted to mention him and honor him tonight. I think that's what I needed to say. Thank you so much for being here, and enjoy the show.
Till I see thee, and nights bright days, when dreams do show thee me.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moons, like the silver bows new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good G.S. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with fading voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet meats, messengers of strong prevailment, in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so, she will not here before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not what power makes me bold, or how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth. Examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's voice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moons. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause. And by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia. Lysander, yield thy praised title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly rate, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you into business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there to fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay, me. For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgrafted in respective years.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, brief as the lightning in the collied night, and ere man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee? And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander! I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow, truly, will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? But fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air. More tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. Sickness is catching, over favor so yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face, Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven onto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Thebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here remain I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Got it.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day.
I thought it was a night, wasn't it? Yes. First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ooh, a very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you, Nick Bottom the Weaver.
What? Ready. Name what part I'm for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Aha! What is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it...
Excuse me.
Let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely. A part to tear a cat in, to make all split. Yeah. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates. and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make it mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players. This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's fame. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus is That's all one. You shall play it in a match, small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Pyramus, love again, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well perceived.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus' father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that it will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that the Duke will say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all. That would hang us every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if that you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you unto any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man. A proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day. A most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Well, what you will.
I will discharge it neither your straw-colored beard or your orange tawny beard, your purple and green beard. Oh, your French crown-colored beard. Your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play bareface. The bastards here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood a mile without the town, by moonlight. There will we rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we should be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property such as our play wants. I pray you fail me not.
There we will meet, and we may rehearse most obscenely, courageously. Take pains. Be perfect.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Enough. Hold the cut bowstrings.
pensioners be. In their gold coat spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors. In those freckles live their savors. We must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear.
Well, thou mob of spirits, we'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square, that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery?
Skim milk and sometimes labor in the kern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn.
And sometime make the drink to bear no barm.
Mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm.
Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet pup, you do their work and they shall have good luck.
Are not you he?
Thou speakst aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, nay, in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her with a dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bump, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. And the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth, and neeze and swear. A merry hour was never wasted there. But room fairies, here comes Oberon,
And here our mistress.
Would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud to come.
What? Jealous Oberon? Very skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Oh, then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? But that forsooth, come from the farthest steep of India? Because the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus but shame to tongue? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus.
These are the forgeries of jealousy! And never since the midsummer spring met we, on hill or dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fog, which falling on the land have every pelting river made so proud they have overboard their continents. The ox has therefore stretched its yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat. The green corn rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and the crows are fatted with the murrian flock. The human mortals want their winter here, No night is now with him, O Carol blessed. Therefore the moons, governess of flood, pale in their anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. The spring, the summer, the chidling autumn, angry winter, change their wanton liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do! You amend it then. It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Oh, set your heart at rest! The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. When we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of this boy did die. And for her sake I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our rounds, see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Oh, not for thy fairy kingdom! Fairies, away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moons and the earth, Cupid, all armed a certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. Yet marked I, where the bolt of Cupid fell, it fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next living creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim and leave.
I'll put a girdle round about the herb in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she sleeps, and drop the liquor of it in her eye. The next thing she waking then looks upon, be it on lion, or bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where's Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they're stone, and 'tis white. And here am I, in wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. But yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you, I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wild is not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild lion makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless steed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy quest and let me go. Or if thou follow, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field. You do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Ah! Hast thou the flower there, welcome wanderer?
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox lives and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious wood palm, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime in the night, lulled in these flowers with dances in the light. There the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. With the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove a sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, so that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou, meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute hence, some kill cankers in the musk rose buds. Some war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats. And some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now to sleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
You spotted snake, with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blindworms, do no wrong, come not near our fairy queen, Philomel with melody.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce, or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye it shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake, when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath. So then, two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant. And good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter to thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love, night and silence. Who is here? Wheat of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid, and so wake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. Stay, do not kill me, Demetrius!
I charge thee hence, and do not part me thus!
Oh, thou darkly leave me, not so!
Stay on thy peril! I alone will go!
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies. For she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye? But who's here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!
and run through fire I will for thy sweet sake, transparent Helena. Nature shows art, which through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword!
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No! I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I being young till now ripe not to reason. But touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never know nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, that sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a serpent of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. Or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my serpent, and my heresy of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my power address your love and might, to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Ay, me, for pity, what a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander! What? Removed? Lysander! Lord! What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack! Where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of all loves! I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, that hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do before the Duke.
Oh, Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our leg in a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let this prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be feared of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies, a most dreadful thing. For there is no more fearful, wild fowl than your lion living. We ought to look to it.
Therefore another prologue must tell that he is not alive.
Nay. Let him name his name. And half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies. I would wish to, or I would request you, I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, put a pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name and tell him plainly he is Snug, the joiner.
Well, it shall be so, but there is two hard things. That is to bring the moonlight into a chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac! Find out moonshine! Find out moonshine! Anybody have a calendar? Do you have a calendar? A timepiece? Do it. The face of the moon. Do you carry that around? Are you on your moon? What is going on? We need something. Something? Come on! Help a guy out here!
Yes, it does shine that night.
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moons may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe says the story did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What sayest thou, Father?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall, and let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious say...
Odors.
Odors?
Odors.
Odors? Odors, savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark the voice! Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger, Pyramus, and air play here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, very must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most
like the red rose and as true as and yet would never tell. I live thee, Pyramus, how is tea? Mine is two, ma'am. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tired.
Oh, as true as but yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monsters so strange! We are haunted! Prey masters! Fly masters!
knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee, thou art translated!
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. Afraid. Me. The ouse-cock so black of hue, with orange and tawny bill, the wrestle with the note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is my eye enthralled to thy shape. And fair virtue's force, perforce, doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company nowadays. It is more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay! I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had enough wit to get me out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I'm a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt, like an airy spirit, go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed.
Ready?
And I.
Where shall we go?
Oh, be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night takers crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire more acquaintance of you, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name?
Peas blossom.
Pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascard, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire more acquaintance of you, too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly, giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes want her hair now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Good master mustard seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with watery eye, and when they weep, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Oh, tie up my love's tongue! Bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. In what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirits? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress, with a monster, is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene, and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fix it on his head. But no, his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated choughs, many in sort, rising and cawing from the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight, away his fellows fly. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
Well, this falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This the woman, but not this the man.
Why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes and blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in a glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my house.
Out, dog! Out! Carl! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once, tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege.
never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow. For debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe. Which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender, here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue a true love turned, not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou fine. All fancy sick she is and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here, all charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go. Look how I go. Swifter than arrow from Cupid's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then we'll two at once will one. That must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? The scorn and derision never come in tears. Like when I now I weep. And thou so born, in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena! Goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is mighty. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips! Those kissing cherries tempting grow. Well, let me kiss this princess of pure white, the seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super praise my parts, when I'm sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena? A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. if e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned. And now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou will buy it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found, mine ear, I think it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him buy. Fair Helen, who more gilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Whoa! She is one of this confederacy! Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid! Have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have shared the hasty for the time for parting us? Or was it all forgot? All school days, friendship, childhood, innocence? Then will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her soul.
She cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come!
Lysander, where'd you tangle this?
Away, you spider!
Oh no, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not.
Hang off!
Man! Go!
Hang off, thou cat! Thou bird! Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent!
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this? Sweet love!
Thy love! Out, tiny terror! Out! Out, below the medicine, O hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest? Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I'll keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'm not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh, me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile, since night You loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me. Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say?
I, by my life, and never to desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh, me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love! What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from me? Fine and faith! Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you puppet! Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our scepters. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so puny and so low? How low am I, thou painted maple? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes! I pray you, will you mock me, gentlemen? Let me! I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I'm right made for my cowardice. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her. Lower? Hark again! Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you. For love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go, you see how simple and how fond I am. Why get you gone? Who is it that hinders you? A foolish heart that I leave here behind. What, with Lysander? With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her partner.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be even little, she is fierce. Little again? Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
You shrub! You enemies of hindering not grass maid! You bee! You acorn!
You are too officious in your behalf, that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend and never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right, of thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Follow. Nay, I'll go with thee. Cheek by jowl!
You mistress! All this coil is long. If you nay go not back, I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away. I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? So far blameless proves my enterprise, that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes, and so far am I glad it did so sort, as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. I therefore rather overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. Sometime, like Demetrius, rail thou, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brow death counterfeiting sleep with leady legs and batty wings doth creep. Then squeeze this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and a fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Was I in this affair do thee employ? All to my queen, and beg her Indian boy. And then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all that in crossways and floods have burial. Already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest they should look their shames upon. They wilfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning love have oft made sport, and like a forest to the groves may tread, even to the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then, to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again! Thou run away, thou coward! Art thou fled? Speak! In some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward! Art thou bragging to the stars, telling the pushes thou lookst for wars and wilt not come? Come, thou recreant! Come, thou child! I'll whip thee with a rod! He is a fire who throws his sword on thee!
Yea? Art thou there?
Follow my voice! We'll try no man over here!
He goes before me and still dares me on! When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. Then fallen am I, in dark, uneven way. And here will rest me. Come thou, gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Oh, coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for while I want thou runs before me, shifting every place and dares not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I'm here.
Nay, then thou mockst me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me. Measure out my length in this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night! Oh, long and tedious night, abate thy hour! Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens from days that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three, come one more! Two of both kinds make up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens, shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound.
I'll apply to thy eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of your former lady's eye. And the country proverb known, that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears. My gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready?
Oh, scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Oh. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Good Monsieur Cobweb, get your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on top of a thistle. And good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret too much in the action, Monsieur. Oh, and good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, senor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Ah, give me your leaf, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you leave your patience, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing. But to help Calvary Cobweb to scratch. Oh. I must to the barber's. Methinks I'm marvelous hairy about the face. And I'm such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Ooh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and the bows.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly? A peck of provender? I think I have a great desire for a bottle of hay. Good hay. Sweet hay. Hath no fellow?
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Oh, sleep thou.
Oh.
I will wind thee in my arms.
Oh.
Fairies be gone and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Ramos. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors from this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew, which sometime on the bud was wont to swell, like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling boy, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairy land, and now I have the child. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes, Gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud, or Cupid's flower, hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon? What visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call.
Music, oh, music such as charmeth sleep.
Now when thou wakes, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound, music. Come, my queen, take hands with me. Rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now that thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, there shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded, with Theseus all in jollity.
Fair lord, attend him not. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed. And since we have the vague word of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. One couple in the Western Valley! Let them go! Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds, and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bade the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding. For besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn. Judge when you hear.
My lord,
But soft, what nymphs are these?
This is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nadar's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends! St. Valentine has passed, and begin these wood birds but a couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think for truly what I speak, and now do I bethink me so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough! My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife. And me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, the fair Helena told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as the snow. Seems to me as the remembrance of an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like in sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens. 3 and 3 we'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double. So methinks. And I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep. We dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father, and Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let's follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho! Good quits! left my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I've had a dream. Past the wit of any man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go to expound upon this dream. I thought I was... No man can say what. Methought I was... Methought I had. But man is but a patched fool if he will go about to offer to say what methought I had. Man's eye hath not heard. Man's ear hath not seen. Man's hand is unable to taste. His tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it had no bottom. And I will sing it at the latter end of a play, before the Duke, peradventure, to make it the more gracious. I will sing it at her death. Peter Quince!
To Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported. If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best voice, and he's a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon, a paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there's 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom! Thus hath he lost us 6 pence a day. Had the Duke not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus, I'll be hanged. We would have deserved it.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom, the most courageous day, your most happy hour!
Masters, I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not what, for if I tell you I'm no true Athenian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Tell us, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will say is, the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, every man look o'er his pot. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have some clean linen. And let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away, go away!
Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of thorns. The poet's eye, in fine frenzy, rolling in the glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks at strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed a bear? Wah!
But all the story of the night told o'er, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancies images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now. What masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mass? What music? How shall we beguile the time, if not with some delights?
Ha!
Ooh!
There's a brief how many sports are right. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch, to the harp. Well, none of that. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror. The thrice 3 muses, mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with the nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself. Which, when I saw it rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds until now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No! My noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing. Nothing in the world. Unless you can find sports in their intents, extremely stressed and gone with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play. For never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in. And take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
Well, the kinder we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let them approach!
is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. If we offend, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill that is the true beginning of our end. We do not come as minding to content you, our true intent is. All for your delight, we are not here. That you should here repent you, the actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
Hey! This fellow does not stand upon points.
Recommend his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disorder. Who's next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through wall's chink, poor souls there content to whisper. And the which, let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorns presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no storms in the night too. There to woo. This grisly beast, which lie in height by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather, did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast. And Thisbe, tearing in mulberry's shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lie in moonshine wall and lovers twain, at large discourse while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do. In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall, as I would have you think, had in it a crannied hole, or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly, this loam, this rough cast, and these stones doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this, the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Lyman Hair speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Oh, grim look at night! Pyramus draws near the wall, silence.
O night, with hue so black. O night, whichever art when day is not. O night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. The wall, O wall, sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? Oh! No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stone for not deceiving me.
The wall, methinks being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter, I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see before Pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Oh, wall! How often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me? My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones. Thy stones with lime and hand it up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the wall to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen to the fates me kill.
Oh, not Shafalus to Procrus was so true.
As Shafalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the whole of this vile wall.
Woo! I kissed the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou with ninnies too meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Oh.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, wall away doth go. Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend
It
them.
must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You leaves, you gentle horse you fear, the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Ah!
Then know that I, one snug joiner by name, am a lion stout, nor else no lions yet. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, twere pay on my life.
A very gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
The very best that a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
It is. Well, let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
Should have worn the horns on his head.
He's no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is it else the man in the moon?
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
It would appear by his small light of discretion he is in the wane. And yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Not all of these should be in the lantern, for all of these are in the moon. Silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Minnie's tomb, but where is my love?
Well done, Thisbe!
Well shown, Moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion!
Then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet! I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest this be sight. But stay, O spite. But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Oh, approach ye, furies fell. Oh, fates, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quail.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Be true, my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that ever lived, that ever loved, that ever liked it, that looked with cheer. Come, tears! Confound! Outsword and wound the pap of Pyramus, aye, that left pap, with a heart doth hop, thus die! Die! Now, am I dead? Now am I fled? My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. No! Die! Die!
But one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead! He is nothing!
With the help of a surgeon, he may yet recover and prove an ass.
Perchance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
I hope she will be brief.
A mote will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better? He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
Spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Asleep, my love. What dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise!
moonshine are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wall too.
No, I assure you, the wall's down that parted their fathers, but would it please you to see an epilogue or to hear a burgomaster's death?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your claim needs no excuse. Never excused, for when the players all are dead, there needs none to be blamed. Mary, if he that had written had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it was, truly. And very notably discharged. But come, your burgomaster, leave your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. And I fear we may outsleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behows the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task foredone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night that the graves all gaping wide. Everyone lets forth his sprite in their churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now are frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I have sent a broom before to sweep the dust behind the door. The halls give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite offers light as bird from Bryan.
And now this ditty, after me. Sing and dance it tripping.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true and loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.